This is an ancient town called Jalam. It is located in Dambam local government area of Bauchi state. The historic town of Jalam is a kingdom to hundreds of thousands Karai-Karai people. About 90% of people in Jalam are said to be Muslims, while the remaining 10% are Christians and few traditional believers.
Jalam, as the name suggests, is the only home, a pride home of Karai-Karai community.
Every Karai-Karai person in Nigeria will tell you this, that his ancestral record goes back to Jalam. So it's from there that all people migrate to other places.
The tribes are spread all over, but you mostly find them in this location. And Jalam is the actual founder of Karai-Karai tribe.
This is nothing but a tradition that we inherited from our forefathers, and our future children will do the same.
This community of Karai-Karai are sharing similarities in culture with 4 other tribes in the northeastern part of Nigeria. They are Kanuri, Bade, Bole, and Hausa Fulani.
All the communities come together from far east. So, Buddhism are part of it. Kanuri, Babur, or what you call them, Tangale, Jukun, and most of the tribes are that are in northeast and some parts of north central. Even Hausa people used to stay there, they come from that place. So we are all interrelated. And even the language, you will hear a lot of words that are in Karai-Karai. Some are in Hausa, some are in Kanuri, some in Tangale. So we are related in many ways, and we stay with each other peacefully.
Tribes like Yoruba, like Kanuri, including Karai-Karai and Bolewa, they try to leave Yemen because of one reason or the other. They left Yemen together with the Kanuri, with the Bolewa, and with Yoruba. They entered Sudan. From Sudan, they came through West Africa, then in Mali. From Mali, they left briefly, but their leader died in the event of this transition.
We are from the same roots, so there is no reason for misunderstanding because we have the same blood.
The town of Jalam is surrounded with the vast land which they always farm to have plant both grains and cash crops. The dialect of Karai-Karai shared common origin with Hebrew and Arabic, with a belief that its speakers were historically originated from one of the Arabian kingdoms known as Yemen.
Wasu Karai-Karai ba su iso nan ba, sun tsaya a can baya, ba iso sunan Jalam ba.
Some Karai-Karai didn't arrive here at Jalam, while some have come and proceed to places in all Kano states like Goram, Auyo, and others. Our leading tribes is Kanuri, and the name of their leader is Sufi, while our leader's name is Kari. We were the hunters and the fighters who were given protection to all. There is a genesis that we were part of Arab.
They headed towards western Maiduguri, and they later on reached areas like Damagun, and they settled. Some settle in Jalam, some settle in other places. Actually, it's a long history.
This Asiatic language of Karai-Karai is being spoken specifically in Nigeria. The ancient community known to be that of hunters and farmers, which spread in the 6 northern Nigerian states of Yobe, Borno, Taraba, Gombe, and Jigawa states, as well as Bauchi state, where their ancient kingdom of Jalam is located.
Karai-Karai as a group, as a nation, they are not only based in Bauchi. They have their kings and kin in Yobe. So what made them to be unique is the way and manner they relate very well. No uprising, nothing, because there is no fighting about the neighborhood. They are one, they have the same culture and the same tradition.
We are staying in that place independently under nobody, but under our own leadership and our own culture. But because of the coming of the white man, he has to link you with some communities. That is why we have become part of Miso Emirate in Bauchi State.
We are peace lovers, therefore we have to see as much as possible and that this tribe remains as long as the world is surviving.
Lokacin jaruman nan idan an zo yau in aka zaɓi wannan dalilin tsufa ko shekaru ko mutuwa sai a zo a sake duba cikin ganowoyin nan da muke da su a sake kuma zaɓen wani.
At that time, the selection of leader was done among the clans of Karai-Karai, which it was not all Karai-Karai that were interested in the leadership. They were selecting who was interested, and the last leader at that time was Inyako. It was after the coming of colonial masters that Jalam became a district, and Inyako refused to lead or to give one of his sons. So at the end, he was instructed to bring any person, and he bring one of his uncle's son called Ari. It was in 1954 that Jalam town relocated to here from behind the palace, together with my father, Waziri of Jalam.
Aka dawo nan aka zo da bature ana ce shi marshal aka zo aka tsatsaga wannan layuka tare da tsohona wazirin Jalam mai rasuwa Aliyu.
One amazing historic adventure of Jalam Kingdom, which is said to have existed for more than 3,000 years, is an annual festival known as Balabara Majalam.
It is done diplomatically in such a way that it is being declared after the harvest. You know, during the rainy season, you go to the farm, you harvest, you do everything, and you mostly put your goods together. But around November, December, and up to January, that will be the time when you will be moving your goods back to home. So by that time, up to January, you must have cleared all your goods from the farm. So diplomatically now, after farming, you go for hunting. Because before, the area of hunting is have wider coverage from Yobe down to Kano. The locations are good enough for hunting. So when you clear all the goods from the farm, now it has formally been declared for you to go for hunting.
It is used as a platform to showcase the bumper harvest of Karai-Karai community, and it serves as a meeting point of Karai-Karai people where they meet and discuss their common problem.
People from all over the country, all over the world, in as much as you are Karai-Karai, even if you did not come, you will be aware that on that very day your people are celebrating the Balabana in Jalam.
The younger ones, we are trying to teach them how to continue. Even after our life, they will still continue with that issue of speaking our language.
The reason for this celebration is every year we are expecting Karai-Karai person after harvesting his farm produce to come to his community for a Thanksgiving. Makwi will make a speech on the need for Karai-Karai to be peacefully related with other communities and governments, warning them not to involve in any unwanted situation.
The festival has brought together over 20,000 Karai-Karai people in this town of Jalam.
We have a tradition of beating a drum that will alert any Karai-Karai person wherever he is to come to Jalam. Most of the people you see here were not invited.
Wherever you are, once it is time for Balabara Majalam, you will be agitated and you will feel that may God take me to that day. And usually it comes after the harvest.
This festival, we want it to continue with us because without doing it, many people will not know even the tribe.
This young man, dressed in a gown of saki in Hausa, his waist tied with a grass rope, while holding a sand on his head, is known as Makwi.
Makwi is a spiritual as well as cultural head of Karai-Karai. So he used to head the activities of Balabara Majalam.
Makwi is the holder of the deciding throne, with a mandate to choose for all the communities from the 6 northern states the crops to plant in every year's farming, which is the major part of this celebration.
It unites the Karai-Karai people. Karai people are peace-loving, are trustworthy, and they are hardworking, both male and female. If you see the female side in the farm, you will be surprised, because what a female lady can do, some men cannot even do it in other locations. So actually it is a performance really worth commending.
Many people are happy or are willing to see that year has came, so that they will go to Jalam and witness the celebration.
What they have succeeded in now is they maintain their tradition well, they protect it, they nurtured it to the level it is today. With the little they have, they just control it in such a way that their kids and kids, the small people coming up, they are part of it and they depend it very well.
We used to gather at the same place and see our people that we take a lot of time that we didn't see them. We used to gather together and share the same common issue between us.
Makwi will warn the future generation that the time is for everyone to stand on their feet, but do not engage in stealing and other evil acts. And if the rain is here again, they should come back to farm.
Here is how Makwi is applying a traditional method to investigate the soil. It was after the investigation that Makwe has ordered for the planting of beans and millet in this year's farming.
Makwe actually plant some of the other maize, rice, sorghum, etc. So he will be, one portion will be giving water and the other one will not. So by the time they come up, if you take a look at it properly, you'll discover which one has a good yield and which one does not have a good yield. Out of the one that has a good yield is the one that you will promote and say probably during this farming season, this is what you should go in. So it's not magic, it's nothing. It's just diplomacy.
Let everyone respect his tradition. Don't leave it for anybody, and we will not leave it. I'm advising other tribes to embrace their tradition. It is not an offense, it is just our inheritance.
The Karai-Karai are enjoying cultural music, storytelling, dance and communication.
Some have stayed for more than 30 years without seeing another one. But on that day, you will see somebody that is staying in Taraba will come to Jalam, some in Adamawa will come to Jalam, and many from Lagos will come to Jalam to grace that occasion. Therefore, that coming together is a sign of unity and is a sign of loving one another.
The time comes, people are rushing to go and see how Karai-Karai people used to perform their annual cultural celebration.
Culture, the way I am seeing it, is a kind of phenomenon whereby our ancestors might have erred. They might have committed mistakes. Now we, the present, we should use it to make changes, to make amendments. That is the way I am seeing culture.
This Karai-Karai person said he travels all along from Putiskum town of Yobe State to Jalam just to see two historic and spiritual baobab trees that merged themselves and became one as he inherited from his forefathers.
There is no any tree on top of another, if not here in Jalam, of baobab tree. This is what brought me here. Even our forefathers were born to see this historic tree. We are told that the baobab tree of Jalam used to go out in the night, and one day it found out that another baobab tree of Dagauda has taken its space. Then it has lodged on top of the Dagauda tree. They are now two in one. You can even see the differences. We are now using the leaves of the down tree only, though I also don't know the reason.
Such a gathering will never happen anywhere without the appearance of security personnel. If you will see that, I think the policemen in Jalam are not more than 10. So everybody is happy. Nobody is willing to cheat his friend or a relative. Even those that are coming from different communities, the Hausas used to come to that place, the Kanuri and whatever, nobody is willing to be a cause of nuisance or disturbance on that day in general.
The Hausa people say, Kunneya girmi kaka. If you don't come closer to your elder people, you will not learn almost of the norms and value. So therefore, I advise the younger ones, the youth one, actually let them as much as possible be closer to the old ones. Let them as much as possible when the time comes, let them go to Jalam and see actually the culture of the Karai-Karai people.
It is extremely, very, very important for all and sundry, not only the younger generation. It is good for the younger generation because they have seen it with their fathers, with their grandfathers, that they have been promoting it. It's not for any reason other than the fact that that is where you belong, that is where you came up from, and that is where it has to be continued. So the continuity is the most important part of things.
More than a celebration, the annual event teaches about a particular historic time of Karai-Karai, their social structure, and technical knowledge of the economy.